Yeah, well, I mean, what we noticed obviously in Melbourne, we're putting on enormous pressure, and yeah, that's clearly the angle that Reezy's gone down with the Demons. He's putting a lot of pressure on the ball carrier. We had 20 more inside 50s, kicked 9 goals 15. If it's a 15-goal-9 game, it's a bit of a different outlook on it. So that was what we got out of the game. We thought some players still are playing some pretty good footy over the last couple of weeks, a return to form, which has been pleasing, and we've got to continue it on.
Is there any more assessment of Buddy?
Yeah, he's had scans, so structurally he's fine. His knee's still a bit bruised, so at this stage, I know it's only Monday, but at this stage we'd expect him to play. He landed on it a couple of weeks ago over in Adelaide, and then he landed on it a couple of times during the course of the game, so it's just a bit swollen this morning. That's why he had the scan. Structurally it's fine, it's just a bit tender today. Yeah, look, he hasn't done a heap of training over the last couple of weeks, so we'd expect him to, at this stage, have probably similar weeks to what he's been doing over the last 2 or 3 weeks, which is not a lot during the course of the week. Maybe do something on Thursday and hopefully do enough to be able to prove his fitness. At this stage, we'd expect him to play. Yeah, he's pulled up pretty good. He didn't play huge game time, so he's probably the best he's pulled up from a game for quite a while. So for a 34-year-old, he actually feels quite good today. So I thought when he came on, he had an impact and provided some real life, and so he's a chance, and we're certainly going to discuss him starting in the 21 this week. Yeah, at this stage he's certainly due to play, and he's pulled up really well from the game, and we just decide on his role later on in the week.
A couple others, Gary Rowan, Tom Mitchell. I think Tom Mitchell was pretty good in the seconds.
Yes, yeah, Tom was one of our best players in the reserves, so it was good. He'd been missing for as far as on the training track, continuous training over a period of probably a month to 6 weeks, and he was able to have a weekend off and get his body right, and he was able to train fully last week for the first time in that period, and came out on the weekend and played a really good game. So he's a chance to put some pressure on for those guys in the senior team. And Gary's still trying to get full match fitness, coming back from that nervy hamstring and that he's had for really since the start of the season. So he was okay on the weekend, but still probably needs to keep working on his match fitness to get back to full flight, and we're looking forward to that hopefully happening soon as well. He ran today and ran fine, so the plan is to train him on Thursday and see how he goes Thursday and make a decision with him after that time. So he did some running for us on Friday, ran well, ran again today, ran well, pulled up well. We expect him to do training on Thursday at this point, so we'll make a decision on whether we play him after Thursday's training session. He hasn't done any training with the group since he got injured, so we'd expect him at this stage to train. Then we'll just see how he moves on Thursday. Well, we tried to nurse him through last time and play him in the twos, and unfortunately he got him injured. So we hadn't planned on that. We took the conservative route with him 2 weeks ago, and we thought we'd done the right thing by him. So, I mean, Sam Reid's the other one that comes right into consideration as well, because he is actually training. He trained really well on Thursday and was putting his hand up for selection last week. So we expect him, if he trains tomorrow and Thursday, to be available to play as well. So it'd be good to start getting those guys back into the team, and whether Kurt's a part of that at this early stage, I really don't know, and I'll have to wait until Thursday before we find out. But probably certainly Sam and Lance would be strong chances to play. I think there's certainly more players in better form over the last 2 weeks, which has been good, and our intensity around the ball carrier and all the stats that we look at has been quite solid over the last couple of weeks, and that's what we've got to continue. It was good to be able to still have a strong performance on the weekend and not drop away like we did a couple of weeks ago against Adelaide, when we had a good win the week before against Fremantle. So our challenge now is to go again this weekend, and that's what we'll try and do against Brisbane. Reece Shaw plays his 200th game for the club this week, and it's a fantastic achievement for a bloke who came from such a strong Collingwood family, and would have been a really difficult decision, and was a really difficult decision for him to leave, for both he and his family. He's come to Sydney and has been absolutely sensational with his footy club. He's won a Best Clubman award, and he's been a regular very good high performer in our best and fairest, and he's in our leadership group. He's a terrific football person and a great asset to have for the club, and we're really fortunate that we've got him, and a great achievement to play 200 games of league footy. Yeah, they played some pretty fast football at times, and they were able to get some goals through particularly their half forwards and the way they worked up and down the ground, and they've got some good young kids coming through. Aisha's a really good player in their midfield. Redden's a really good player. Whilst they're missing Rich, they've got some good midfield depth, and they would have been really buoyed by that on the weekend, by their performance and how they went over the course of the 4 quarters in New Zealand. So, we'll have to play well. We'll have to play well.